Hello, hello. Welcome to our afternoon class, or whenever you're doing this video. It is rainy here right now, which is wonderful because it's relaxing and sometimes makes me a little sleepy. So it's probably perfect that we're doing this little somatic class right in this moment. This is intended to be short and sweet, just enough to give you that little bit of a break, take you out of your head, bring you back into your body. Because really ultimately, I'm just trying to help you guys, and including myself, continue to cultivate the sensation of feeling in our body, not assessing from our heads. That only gets us so far, but the body knows. The body is everything. So we're gonna go ahead and start moving, focusing a lot on the feet as well as the hips today with our little class. So go ahead and find a comfortable spot on the floor. Palms up towards the ceiling, arms out to the side. And if this is more comfortable for your back to keep your knees bent, that's fine. If it's available to you to straighten the leg out or legs, that's great as well. And just make sure that as you're sitting here getting comfortable, starting to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, that you don't feel like you're holding tension anywhere that's unnecessary, like the shoulders or your thighs. The floor has you. The one thing we can always count on to give us support is literally the ground, earth. Breathing and allowing yourself to literally just kind of melt into your mat. Taking just a gentle, quick inventory of your body, breathing into any areas of tension or strain, or any areas that you could need to kind of be woken up. Maybe when you kind of assess, feel like you don't really feel your feet, maybe your feet, your legs feel cold. So if that's the case, breathe into them, liven them up. It's a wonderful thing about the breath, it's so versatile. We can choose to use it as a tool for relaxation, or we can choose to use it as a tool for kind of ramping ourselves up, bringing attention and sensation to areas that otherwise have been maybe a little dormant. And from here, go ahead, gently draw one knee in towards your chest, and then the other. Each hand on each knee, just gently separate knees. Let's just gently rock side to side here. Using your hands to just guide the movement, guide the legs. And gently massaging the low and mid back. And then go ahead, take your knees into circles, same direction. Again, using the hands to guide and also support the knees. And just notice how this feels like this just really nice massage through your low back. A little bit of the hips. All the while keeping your breath. And when it feels right, go ahead and reverse that circle. And then start to just gently kind of piston the knees back and forth. One forward, one more in towards the chest. And left to right. And as slow as you need to. Hug everything in. Take a full breath here. Exhale out. And now bring both hands around your left knee and extend your right leg out in front of you. And if you can extend that leg all the way without pain, great. Really think of reaching out through your heel. But if the knee needs to be soft here, just firmly plant your right foot into the floor. Either way is fine. And then gently draw your left knee up towards your left shoulder. Kind of using that bottom elbow as like a little kickstand. Now I want you to just breathe through the top of your right thigh. Lengthening through the right in order to kind of draw light and air through it, to relax the tissue, and kind of compressing and keeping the left side out of the way so we can really focus on that right side. Breathing in and up through the heel, exhaling out and down. This is kind of circular breath, if you will. Inhaling up through the heel, exhaling out through the heel. Inhale up through the heel, through the shin, up the thigh, into the hip. Exhaling down through the thigh, through the shin, through the heel. And now just add in a right arm reach back behind you. So we're really lengthening through this right side. Breathing here. Continuing with that circular breath. Now it's going to go all the way up through the side body bone and out through the hand, and then back down through the hand, through the thorax, through the hip, through the leg, out through the heel as you exhale. Gently circle that right arm around and use it to help pull your right leg back in. Give yourself a few rocks side to side. Now let's reverse that. So both hands around the right knee and draw the left leg out and away from you. The knee needs to stay bent. Just plant the left foot into the ground. Otherwise, extend the leg straight. Reach out through your heel. And start with that circular breath. Oh, before I forget, draw your right knee in towards your shoulder blade. Kind of use that right elbow as a kickstand on the floor. Now breathing through the left leg. So inhaling up through your heel, through the thigh, into the hip. Exhaling down through the hip, through the thigh, out through the heel. Just lengthening through that tissue by using the breath, using that relaxation mode. Keeping the breath relaxed as well, not tensing through the mouth or the jaw or neck. Now, straighten your left arm up overhead. Continue with that circular breathing, but now let's extend it all the way up through the thorax, out through your hand. Exhale back down. Through your arm, through the chest, through the belly, into the hip, leg, and out through the heel. One more. Full breath in, full breath out. Circling that left arm down and around, use it to bring your left knee in your chest. And again, just gently rock side to side. Now from here, we're going to start literally rocking side to side, coming all the way onto your right side. And now using that left arm and knee to start pulling your pelvis back to neutral, and now kind of guiding through the right leg to roll you onto your left. Using the right to go back to center, guiding the left over so you roll to the right side. And take this slow. And it really helps here to close your eyes, not just so you don't get dizzy, but to literally feel. How is your body relating to the floor as you go from left to right? Are you allowing it to support you in your rolling, or is there one area where you really start to lift away from the floor? Explore that. Be curious by it. And now roll to your right side and let's hang out there for a second. Use that bottom arm under your head and just take a few breaths here with your knees close to your chest, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through your mouth, feeling the back of your rib cage expand. Now extend that top leg long, noticing how that length creates a little bit of pulling through your side body. And then stretch that top arm up overhead. Again, just really lengthening through a part of our body that gets so compressed. We really don't pay attention to it, much to our detriment, unfortunately. So right now, let's go ahead and let's give it some love. If you like that circular breath up through the leg, through the arm, go ahead and do it now. Or if it would feel better to just focus on what you feel through your rib cage, then do that. Do what feels best for your body in this moment. One more breath in. And now from here, keeping our foot on the ground, you're going to start to slide or circle that front leg forward as you open your top arm to the back wall, coming into a rotation here. And now circling back and around, your foot again is not leaving the floor, but you're just rotating through your body. Arm and leg going the same direction, but one going back, one going forward. Use the breath to support your movement. And try not to force anything here. Allow the tissue through this line that we're creating through the body, through this tension through the body, to just kind of gently ease into the rotation. One more time. And back around. Beautiful. Use your hands to prop yourself up. Let's come onto our hands and knees for a second before we go to the next side. Knees into the shoulders, hands under your hips. Just thinking of having a long spine. So I'm reaching out to the crown of my head and reaching out through my tailbone, so I'm not sinking. I'm lengthening and lifting. And from here, we're just gonna warm up the feet a little bit. So I want you to tuck your toes under as you inhale and hinge back through the hips, away from the hands. Exhale as you come forward. Untuck the toes, same thing, inhale back. Exhale forward. Tuck the toes under. Inhale back. Feeling a stretch through those feet. Exhale, untuck. Inhale back. Exhale. Tuck the toes under. Exhale forward. Untuck. One more. And exhale. Now just come upright. Gently tap your toes. And as you do this, see if you can literally let your feet go. Like almost like they're more kind of smacking the floor gently versus keeping them rigid and tapping. Or however you want to think about let them go. We hold so much more tension through our feet than we realize. Now one more time, tuck your toes under, sit back. If this feels like a lot for your feet, hold here as you breathe. If you want to intensify the stretch, come upright, sitting on the toes, and breathe. Hello, feet. Barring any major foot issues, this is so healthy and good for our tissue. I'm not a huge fan of static stretching, but this is one that I do like and use with my clients. All right. From here, let's come down onto our left side. Using our bottom hand under our head for support, tucking your knees in towards your chest and sink into the floor. Relax, let go, and breathe. Noticing the expansion through your rib cage in the back. Maybe even a little bit of upwards movement through that top rib. But either way, just enjoy knowing that you have a rib cage that moves. Let go of tension through the top hip if you're holding on. And when it feels like a good time for you to explore some length, go ahead and move that top leg out to the side, noticing a gentle pull. And then bring that arm up overhead and breathe here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Enjoying the length. Again, inviting you here to either breathe just into the ribcage and focus on that area, or find that circular breath up through the heel, up through the thorax, out through the hand, and then exhaling back down and out through the foot. Again, choose the one that just feels good. You don't even have to label the feeling, just, whatever feels the most supportive for you in this moment. And now from here, we're going to start circling that leg and arm. So keeping everything attached to the floor. Top leg forward, top arm back, opening the chest and the head. And then circling back and around, using that gentle propulsion and support from the floor to kind of rotate forward. And then again, gently opening. Breathing as you do this. Do not hold your breath here, because it will create unwanted tension. And there is actually such a thing as good tension. It's tension that comes with compression and length. And that's more like that stretching kind of sensation that we get through the body, but we don't want to create tension just because we're gripping onto something. One more time, front to back. And then again, gently pushing yourself upright. Finding a seated position. Last thing we're doing here, just a little bit of rolling. So I want you to have your feet flat on the floor, hands behind your thighs, sitting tall without feeling like you're trying to overextend and compress into your low or mid back. Front of the hips should feel pretty soft. Go ahead here, take an exhale as you start to roll back one vertebrae at a time, allowing your feet to draw in towards you on the floor until they have to lift. Extend the legs up, and now thighs and the hands to pull yourself upright. And again, starting to round it back, feet dragging on the floor, rolling down, knees to the chest, legs up, exhale, pull yourself upright. 2 more times just like that. Rounding back, Feet dragging on the floor until they have to lift. Inhaling, legs up. Exhale, curling up. Last time here, rounding back. Exhale, pulling up. Sitting crisscross, lengthening through the spine. Hopefully that lengthening feels effortless though, not like you're having to force yourself to sit up tall. Palms up towards the ceiling. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through your mouth. Thanking yourself for taking this time. Just do some gentle movement. Releasing any kind of stuck energy, negative feelings, negative thoughts out through the hands. Or you can look at it as open palms receiving from energy around you. And I leave you here